William Fraker, could you describe the special problems in shooting that incredible car chase sequence in Bullitt? The Peter Yates film, how you handle a scene like that.
Peter Yates had made a film called Robbery. In Robbery, the first 20 minutes, there was an extraordinary car chase, a magnificent car chase with old-time Jaguars, 1965 Jaguars, or 63 or something like that. So I saw the film, and I thought that was extraordinary. I loved the film. Peter and I started to talk, and we decided there was going to be a tremendous car chase in Bullitt. And I said, well, you did such a beautiful car chase in Robbery. Why don't we do what you did there? I said, we shoot at 24, and these cars can really move. So the cars move 100, 110, 115, but we shoot at 24 and we don't cheat. He says, brilliant, brilliant. So now we've got one phase that worked out. The other phase is that how do you take an audience and put them inside the car?
Yeah.
And I think that's what really worked in the chase sequence.
Yeah, we were in there.
Yeah. You actually were riding in that chase, and the hills up and down in San Francisco helped. The other thing is that we literally mounted the camera inside the car like they had done in Robbery. Before, you were always outside the car. You were on a corner, a car went by and you panned with it. You panned around the corner, coming to you and going away from you, but you were never actually riding in that automobile. Those car mounts that we developed in San Francisco for Bullitt have been standardized throughout the whole world today now.
Car mounts?
Yeah, the car mounts, special car mounts.
For viewers, could you describe that?
Well, the car mounts, what we did in order to marry that camera to the car so that you wouldn't get the vibrations, you have to start to work off the frame of the automobile. So once you work off the frame of the automobile and attach the camera to the frame so you lock it in, the car bounces and you literally see the car move up and down on a screen. It's just as solid as a rock because you're moving with the car.
Of course.
So there is no movement. We literally locked the cameras in the cars with the actors and said, okay, go. McQueen did all his own driving, all of it except for the very last shot where the car careens into the gas station. We had a camera car, a special Corvette engine, 460 horsepower engine that would do 140 miles an hour. Just a shell with a seat in front and a seat in back, 8 inches off the ground, with a center post where you could mount the Aeroflex. Bullitt was shot complete with an Aeroflex.
Aeroflex, again, for viewers?
It's just a little handheld camera, really developed by the Germans in the 30s for newsreel.
So it gives very intimate and flexible verite.
Oh, yes, you can do anything with it. You can do anything you want to do with it. And it's small also, as opposed to the large studio camera. One shot I know that Steve was chasing the other car. We were actually clocked at 124 miles an hour. I was 8 inches off the ground in the front end, trying to pan that camera, but the centrifugal force of that motion, I couldn't move. I couldn't, it was almost impossible to exert that much. You don't have that much power in your body to push against the force of 125
The
miles
mass
an
is
hour.
so extreme, yeah.
I was in the front, trying to get a side shot of Steve McQueen, and saying if I don't do it now, I don't want to go this fast ever again. If I don't do it now, I'm going to run home. I'm going to get out of here. I'm not going to do this again. All of a sudden, I see Steve start to spurt ahead, and all of a sudden, I hear a tremendous noise change on the pitch on the tires, from lower to higher, and we're catching up with Steve. Uh-oh. Now I know we're going faster than 90 miles an hour. And I'm trying to photograph Steve, and I'm concerned about this tremendous noise, and I just see everything is whizzing by. At the end, I went to Pat Eustace, who was the camera car driver. I said, Pat, how fast did we go? And he says, Billy, 124.
What?
And I said, that's it. I said, it's all over. I'm not. He says, wait a minute, Billy. Before you say anything, let me say one thing to you. In order to get this job and build this car, he says, I put every dime I had into the car. I mortgaged my house to get enough money to buy. He said, believe me, before I let anything happen to this car, I would commit suicide. Nothing is going to happen to this car. I said, okay, I buy that. If you mortgaged your house, sold your wife, took all your cash savings to build a car, I know nothing's going to happen to it. Okay, let's go. So I got back in and we went again.
How long to shoot the chase?
It took about 5 weeks to shoot the chase sequence because we could only tie up San Francisco for like 8 square blocks one day out of the week. And we would literally tie up traffic and snarl that city, and the police would allow us to do it for 1 day, and then we'd have to wait for 2 or 3 days and come back and do it again. What we would do is we'd choreograph. First of all, we'd drive in the cars very slowly, 5 miles an hour, every place that the chase was going to take place.
Yeah.
Then we'd park the cars and get out and we'd walk it, half a mile or a mile or whatever. We literally, with everybody, the stunt drivers, everybody was concerned, we literally walked it and saw where we'd have to put up security guards and find out where, in order to prevent any kind of an accident, which thank goodness we didn't have any. Those stunt drivers were magnificent. Within 4 inches of where they said a car would land. That's why we could place the camera. You notice at the end of the chase, where the other car careens in the gas station, and Steve's car comes and does it roundy and falls into a ditch.
Yes.
That was all actually done in one shot with 6 cameras. And I said, okay, I'm gonna put this camera here in this ditch. And he says, you got it. And that's actually one shot. And that guy hit that 2 feet off of where he said he was gonna be. The chase, I think, was a sort of, you might call a genre chase for a lot of chases to follow.